everyone, and welcome back to the Pumpkin Patch. I'm your host, James Moser, and today, on Days of Halloween, it is October the 10th. Did that right this time. We got a lot of great picks today. We got 4 classic movies for you to check out, and 1 haunted house. So, it's October, and that means everyone's entitled to one good scare. Especially since today, our pick for the Halloween classic film of the day goes to Halloween 2. Halloween 2 is the follow-up to the 1978 classic John Carpenter's Halloween. This film is one of the most perfect sequels of all time. Halloween 2 is set immediately after the events of the first. A lot of links were taken to make sure that Halloween 2 still had the same look and feel that Halloween 1 had, because it's still on the same night, the night he came home. He is very important to this series. He's everywhere. He's everywhere in here. Laurie's in the hospital recovering from her injuries. And Michael, well, you know what? Michael's committed to a cause. I mean, one thing about Michael Myers is he's committed. I mean, he was actually committed for 15 years. So, you know something about being committed, right? You know who else needs to be committed? Dr. Loomis, who is crazy pants this entire film. He's running around, he's starting a mob, he's starting a militia, they're driving around doing riots, trying to catch Michael Myers. So Laurie's in the hospital, shaking off a night of, I guess, a couple of scares. I mean, she takes a couple of tumbles and falls. But her brother Michael, he's got 6 bullets in him. He fell off a 2-story window, giant needle that stabbed into his neck. He got a coat hanger to the eye, and my man is just killing it in this hospital. A hospital that is weirdly empty for a Halloween night. It's very odd. Most of the halls are empty and dark. Did Laurie actually die? Is Laurie in hell? Is Michael the devil? He has the devil's eyes. The film, of course, stars Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. It has Donald Pleasance returning as Dr. Samuel Loomis. And this time we get Dick Warlock playing the Shape. Dick Warlock, also, to get this role, he happened upon the Michael Myers mask. The actual Michael Myers mask. He took the mask, put it on, and walked into the audition. And when he stood there in front of the director, he answered none of his questions. He said nothing. He just stood there, looking creepy, like Michael Myers. And then at the very end of the audition, he took the mask off and said, "So did I get the part?" He got the part. Turns out, Dick Warlock also held onto that mask. At the very end of production, they let him keep the mask. Something they were not going to let anyone do ever again, which is why the mask is completely different in every other movie. Looking at you, Halloween 5. What's up with the pointy chin? This movie is also famous for completely butchering the word Samhain. They call it Samhain. A point that I feel like they directly address in Halloween 3. It's called Samhain. Halloween 2 proved that the Halloween franchise could exist, will exist, always have people trying to imitate it, trying to be the best. Anyway, Halloween 2 is a fantastic movie. Definitely check it out. He shot him in the heart! Our selection for overlooked horror movie of the day goes to the 2017 Oscar-winning Get Out. This absolute gem of a movie comes from the mind of Jordan Peele, who happened to win an Oscar for this film for Best Original Screenplay. Good on you, Jordan Peele. The movie stars Daniel Kaluuya. Not Kahlua. Kaluuya. Man, I really want some Kahlua right now. The film stars Daniel Kaluuya as Chris Washington doing the most terrifying thing in the world for a man, meeting his girlfriend's parents at their home. That's about all I can really tell you about this film. This movie has to be seen to be understood. This movie has to be understood to be appreciated. Jordan Peele wrote and directed this film in a way that we're not really used to in horror films. He went back to the old school way of doing things like George Romero did. He uses heavy commentary. He uses a lot of different cultural and societal issues in his storytelling to craft something truly terrifying, but also very revealing. Daniel Kaluuya does a fantastic job being subtle, but yet being intense. He is an absolutely amazing lead. He's definitely someone we need to watch out for. Also, the man's super British. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I didn't know that watching Get Out until I saw an interview with him. This dude's like the second coming of Idris Elba, maybe. Second coming of Idris Elba. What? Jordan Peele plants his flag into the heart of horror in this movie, and trust me, he ain't pulling it out anytime soon. This man is a firm leader in the horror genre. Horror is in very, very good hands, and I'm very happy that Jordan Peele not only is getting the recognition that he deserves, but he's also taking the wheel and helping lead horror films into the future. And get used to Jordan Peele, because he's here to change horror. Jordan Peele is definitely top of the class. Our selection for the Halloween in-between film goes to the 2001 film The Others, starring Nicole Kidman. I hate to do this to you, Pumpkin Patch, and give you 2 movies in a row that I can't really tell you a lot about, but The Others is a ghost story, mystery, conundrum. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Am I juggling? What am I doing? That is a thread in this series, right? This film was written, directed, and scored by Alejandro Amenábar. Not even close. Alejandro Amenábar. My apologies if I didn't get that name right. I think a lot of people think this movie has a twist ending, but it tells you where it's going the entire time. However, this movie is more about the experience of watching Nicole Kidman learn what's happening in this film. It's got a very good ending, fantastic performances, great atmosphere. It's definitely worth a try. Check it out. And our selection for the kids' Halloween classic goes to Hotel Transylvania 2. It's set 7 years after the first movie, and guess what? It's Adam Sandler and all of his buddies, and they're back. And guess what? They're still monsters. Only this time, he's got an additional monster, extra small, because his daughter and his son-in-law now have a kid named Dennis. And Dracula is terrified that his grandson is a late fanger because he's shown no signs of being a vampire yet. So he decides to do the one thing that every grandfather should do to make sure that their grandkids turn out to be just like they want them to do. He takes them to camp. That's all hard. I don't think kids turn out the way you want them to when you take them to camp. Just ask Jason Voorhees and Felissa Rose. And that's just two that I can name up off the top of my head. The film is great. It's still in the traditional Hotel Transylvania way. It's still funny. It's still energetic. It's a very enjoyable ride. I think the kids will love it. If they like the first one, they'll love the second one. Can't tell you if they'll like the third one. I haven't seen it. It's not on my Netflix queue. And our selection for the Haunt Spotlight for October the 10th goes to the Limp Brewery in St. Louis, Missouri. Limp Brewery is an actual former brewery. The building is considered haunted by a lot of different people. There are paranormal investigations in this building all the time. In fact, Ghost Adventures from Travel Channel declared this place most definitely haunted. Very interesting fact about Limp Brewery, one of my favorite TV shows has an episode filmed there, MTV Fear. As of right now, it doesn't look like Limp Brewery is actually going to be open this year. If they do open up, check their website for more details. Travel Channel sticks their nose in a lot of haunted houses and a lot of haunted stuff. They're doing the Lord's work over there. And that does it, Pumpkin Patch. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Days of Halloween for October the 10th. If you don't mind, please click or treat. It's where you like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell, and then stalk us on all the social media sites so that you can keep up with all the stuff that we're doing. But let us know in the comments. Is Halloween 2 one of your favorites? Do you love Get Out? Do you think The Others is great? Thank you again for watching, and thank you for riding with the Fall Horsemen, where Halloween lives and fall is forever. Also, you guys couldn't see this because it was off screen and I didn't realize it until afterwards. I had my Halloween blanket out. I had a Michael Myers shirt chilling on this chair. But they were all out of the shot. So everything's ruined. It's all ruined. What am I even doing with my life? I don't need these notes because I don't know how to do an opening anymore. Screw that up. So I've seen Halloween 2 3,000 times. The film, of course, that felt odd. And it keeps getting funnier every time I see it. Who was the director again? It's not a dumb fact, right? It's not a dumb fact. How do you say their name? I mean, one thing. Wrote down a lot of notes in this film. You know what? I ain't gonna do a second take of that because I think I nailed it and I'm done. It's a lot of notes. I'm only a quarter way in. Daniel Bell, and I said that way out of order. You guys ever had Kahlua? Stuff's delicious. Cut. Of course. I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry.